Selena, Selena. Selena, Selena. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Girl, you know I wanna hear it all. I know you got the tea right. Lighten up the city right. City lights. Tell me what's poppin', Selena. Ooh, what we talking about? What we talking about? Selena, Selena.
Man, I don't know if I'm gonna play this or not, but I guess I'm gonna leave it alone. Hey, Young Riz, how are you? Thank you guys for coming through. Oh gosh, I forgot to do something. Hold on, just a second. Forgot to put this on. Hold on, let me put some music on. Hey, Candy, I'm gonna put some music on for a few minutes. I have to do something to because we have a lot of crazy folks be coming through here. So I want to put I'm gonna put something else on here. I don't know what I'm gonna put on here. I'm so unprepared. I just left the gym, so honey, let me find some.
Writers for life.
Okay.
Hold up. We gotta talk about the beautiful Selena, straight out of Oak Cliff. Y'all out here pressed over a couch. Get a life or get a therapist. Writers for life. Let's cook 'em. Shout out to the beautiful Selena, Selena, Selena. Always doing a thing. Coming from Oak Cliff, Texas, with the vibe that she bring. Always inviting someone to come sit at her couch. Selena, tell me what's poppin', what we talking about today. Selena, Selena, we see you big sis, doing your thing out here. While the haters try to break your shine, but you never show fear. Fuck the haters, let them make you shine. Big sis, Selena, you're one of a kind. Keep bringing the couch, keep building the nation. You the inspiration for this generation. They envy the beauty, they envy the grace, but they could never take your place. Damn, y'all, why y'all hating on Selena? It's a comedy show, watching grown men and women with nowhere to go. Bashing the queen while you living in the basement, looking for a flaw, but you can't find a replacement. Is it cause she's beautiful and you look like a mess? Or cause your bank account is under cardiac arrest? You ask for positivity, but bring the ick instead. Living in her mentions rent-free in your head. She's motivating, inspiring in the middle of the storm, while you're out here acting way below the norm. Grown folks seeking glory on a tiny little screen. You don't want the truth, you just wanna be me. You need an actual couch at a therapist lounge instead of digital streets where you beg and you scrounge. We got to
Okay, I don't know if it's still on here or whatever, but let me just go ahead and talk. Hey, thank you, Mob. I appreciate you. Hey, Miss Collins. Mob, I don't know how long you're gonna. Thank you, Emmanuel. I don't know how long you're gonna stay in here. But if you or CC can kind of watch out for the chat. I don't know how to, since I'm live, putting it on subscribers mode on while I'm live on the StreamYard. So I'm trying to figure that out. I forgot I should have did it before I went live or whatever. So if you could just do that for me, kind of keep a watch over the chat, I would really appreciate it. Oh, shoot. Still going on? Messed up.
We know you're doing right by how pressed they are. It's a badge of honor when the losers start to bar. They're just mad because they're irrelevant.
What the hell is going on, man?
Fuck the haters, let them polish her shine. Oak Cliff's queen and she's doing just fine. Fuck the haters, let them make you shine. Big sis, Selena, you're one of a...
Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Because I'm thinking the music is off because I don't even hear the music. Can y'all... Okay, 'cause somebody can tell me whether so I won't be talking to myself. Thank you, Mob. I appreciate you for coming through with the 10 jewels, floating heart. We got Miss Collins. Thank you, Emmanuel. I appreciate you so much. Hi, Wyatt. How are you? My day is good. I hope your day is good as well. CC, thank you for coming. We got Ricky Clay. We got Benjamin Scott. Okay, thank you, Real Odds and Candy. Because I was just like, Lord, can these people hear me? And Ricky, good to see you. Good to see you. It's off now. Okay, great. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Or I'm having a flow moment. I guess sometimes when you be dealing with intellectual disabled students, sometimes I think you get a little off too mentally. But I just want to talk a little bit about just about the Nolan Wells situation. I don't want to go too much far into it because I'm not an investigating channel or anything of that nature. And I want to talk about friendships and things like that. And I don't know, I looked up the description from what friendship is, and they said someone that knows you well, that likes you, someone you can trust, that is not of your biological family. Okay. But sometimes we have friends that become family to us because maybe we've been knowing them a long time and we just have a good rapport with them. They have a good rapport with us. So, hey Wolf, I hope you can hear me. I hope I'm loud enough. But so that's what the definition of the friendship a friend is, and I agree as well. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Nolan Wells situation, I covered it kind of like when it happened, maybe a few days after it happened, because I just don't understand why people just cannot tell the truth. Like, what happened? And this is why, like I told y'all at the very beginning, I said, this is why you can't call everybody your friend. Now, I'm not saying, that these boys did anything to this young man. It could have really been an accident. But my thing is, just be real and tell the truth. If it was an accident, hey, Manuel, hey, Uncle L, why didn't you get help for your friend? And I listened to and I hope you guys can hear me. I'm in a area where it might drop or whatever. Let me let this fool go ahead before I start having road rage. And I really don't want to do that while I'm discussing this issue. But Nolan Wells, I heard the audio. Yeah, get your ass out the way. I heard the audio where his friend Warren called I think it's the C-Tor, kind of like, I guess, somebody that, like a patrol out there, where the island is that they were at. And if you hear on, the call, Warren, his friend, is saying they need somebody. Supposedly the boat at the time was sinking. So he needed the tow to come out there because he said the boat was sinking. Thank you so much, Mom. Appreciate you. They said the boat was sinking. So they ended up calling the CTO, and the dispatcher was hearing, you could hear it in the back where the dispatcher's hearing all this, where they are kind of frantic, and one of the friends says, this MFer is dead. Is dead. So, and I don't know if Warren, like, could, this bastard. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get past this. I hate when people are so inconsiderate. There's so many inconsiderate people in the world. But anyway, friends, I don't know if it was Bart or somebody, one of the other ones was yelling and saying the MF is dead or something, and they were real frantic. And then all of a sudden, Warren was like, no, okay, well, we're good. Basically, we got it. We solved the problem or whatever. Whatever was said in the call. Basically, he was telling the dispatcher, we don't need no further assistance. And so after that happened, after he said that, I believe the dispatcher called the captain. And I don't know if because Warren is on his grandfather's truck. I said truck. Well, I'm looking at the truck. Boy, I'm telling you, slow moment. Oh, Lord. Warren was on his grandfather's boat, okay? It was some type of, the name of it was a Triton, so I'm assuming it's a very nice boat. And it's kind of big or whatever. And so he was like, the captain told the dispatcher, because the dispatcher called and told him, hey, these are kids, they're young, they're probably 18. They called saying that their boat was sinking, and now they are, saying that they don't need anyone. Can you, basically go and check it out? Because she know how, hey, DYNC, she know how crazy some of these kids are. And so she was like, you might need to check it out. And I don't know if Warren called his grandfather to let him know. And the grandfather and the captain said, well, no, that's okay. I had just got off the phone with the grandfather, the owner of the boat, and he told me it was okay. He told me to just leave it alone. So, but I just finished talking to him. So, and then the dispatcher was like, oh, okay, well, all right. I was just letting you know, basically. But in the background, you can hear, besides Warren talking, you can hear people, just sounding real frantic. And then, like I said, they were saying that, the MF is dead. I don't know who said that. They said something about dead. And my point is, if people are your real friends, they're gonna tell the truth. And all these, even if it's the detriment of them, you know what I'm saying, of their freedom. And it could be a simple accident. He could have drowned. There could have been a lot of things that could have happened, maybe not of their doing. But the fact of the matter is, everybody that was on that boat dealing with them knew what happened to Nolan. They knew what happened to him. And to me, it's just like, just tell the truth. It's better to always tell the truth and stop setting yourself up just because you don't want to look bad about something. And have these people really been his friends, if they were there and they seen what was going on, he could have drowned, he could have overdosed. We don't know what happened. But whatever happened, with them being so-called friends, why not tell the truth? And this is what I don't understand about a lot of people. People take friendship very lightly. The friends that I have, I like them. I trust them to an extent. I don't trust anybody fully, but myself. The good Lord and myself. But they know good and well, if you're a real friend, you should be able to trust that person. You should like or love that person enough to make sure that they're good, and vice versa. And that's why I know a lot of people in this world don't know how to be friends. They don't know. They just say friends. Just like they would say they are Christian, or they are this, they are that. they take everything so lightly. It's just word salad to a lot of people. Hey, Mr. Oaks. Hey, writers. When I say somebody's my friend, I really mean that they're my friend. And I'm going to stop saying sis and stuff to everyone because, because everybody is not your brother and everybody is not your sister. To me, that's like, you trying to say basically that's your friend or you cool with them or, close to them or whatever. Not everybody, hey, Stefan, how are you? Not everybody is your sis and bro. So I'm going to stop saying a lot of that too. Because, hey, Knez, because a lot of the times we take friendship very lightly. And some people are confused about what a friend is. Now, I explained to you what Google said. Google said they know you well, they like you, and you trust them, and they're not your biological family. That's what Google said. And friendship, true friendship for people is different description. But I know for me, it's somebody that I really, really like. If we got an issue, if we have a disagreement, we can talk it out without us going to the internet, without us, putting everybody's laundry out, bad laundry, dirty laundry out. And see, and that's why you got to be careful of these same people that will call other people snakes, because they have the snakish behavior and they really slide on their belly. They are a reptile, okay? Because they want to talk about friends and really being a true friend to somebody, but they will, as soon as they get mad, they're going to air out your dirty laundry and everything you've done. And the worst part to do it is online. But that's those type of people are the people that take friendship very very lightly. And this is another thing I see with just friendships, and like with this Nolan Wells and his friends that call themselves friends. If you see your friend dying, you're gonna do anything in your power to get them help. You're gonna do anything in your action. You're gonna do anything in your power to make sure that they will regain their conscience, or they start breathing again. Like, I will be doing CPR. I will be making sure when I'm calling them, we need emergency. Our friend it seems like he's dying. Didn't nobody say that, but it's somebody in the background. One of them people that said that they was Nolan Wells' friend and that they liked him and that they were cool with him, said that the MF is dying. He's dead. Now, what type of friend is that? And that's why you got to be careful of the people that smile in your face, because just because it's a smiling face, it don't mean it's a friendly face. See, a lot of people put on smiles and they'll be cool with you because they got a motive in mind. They want to get close to you because maybe you have influence. Hey, Mookie, maybe you have influence. You have a lot of things going for you. Maybe you have money, or maybe it's who you connected to. A lot of things. People connect to you for different reasons. Maybe you look good. All those different things could be the factor of why people may be cool with you. It may not always be a genuine motive on why a person is cool with you. Hey, Tony. Thank you, Mookie. I appreciate it. And this is why I say you have to be careful about who you call a friend, because everybody is not your friend. Everybody is not your partner, okay? Some people do not care, and shout out to Mo3 for that. But everybody do not really care for you. And it's unfortunate when we have kids and we put them in they're out in the world And you know, we trusting that the people that they with is gonna be some good people. Look out for them like they look out for their, you know, they friend or whatever. But that's not always the case. That's why I tell parents, you need to make sure you know who your child is dealing with. You know, can put a one in the chat if you can hear me, because I'm talking and I'm in a different location, and I don't want to just keep talking and you guys can't hear me. So if you can, put a one in the chat. But that's why you can't really you got to tell your kids everybody is not going to be your friend just because they seem cool with you, just because they're smiling right now, just because they're doing things for you. You look, it takes time to really have a real friend. It takes time, and it for you to really observe and see if this person is your friend or not. Yeah, shout out to Mo 3 Candy. But I was just like, you know, why they see if this is alleged, you know, what happened. I'm gonna just say allegedly. If he was in there and he was dying, if they were referring to him, if one of the friends were referring to him, why didn't Warren, if he was right there with Nolan, why didn't he try to tell the dispatcher, hey, we need help. Our friend is dying here. Why didn't anybody else besides being frantic speak up and say, hey, we need some help. Tell him we need help. We need somebody to come, because you know he's losing his life is passing away. You know he's passing away from us. So didn't nobody do that? That's why I'm just like, you got to be careful who you be calling friends. And please be careful. Okay, you on the internet. You gotta be also understanding everybody on the internet ain't your friend. And I don't know why you know, I did back in the day. I was kind of disappointed. Sometimes you be disappointed because you like, damn, why they like that? You know, I thought they were a little bit better than that or whatever. But don't get so upset with people on the internet. These people on the internet, most of the time you will never meet them. They're not your real friend. They're just somebody you're cool with in the chat. Stop getting so bent out of shape because people didn't pan out to be what you expected them to be. Folks don't owe you nothing on internet. And that's, hey, I'm unbiased, and that's the gospel. True. People don't owe you nothing on internet. Listen, once you have a life and you grow up and you mature in some areas, it's some things that ain't gonna even bother you no more. It's some things that you're gonna be like, I don't care. Block me. You don't like me. You talking shit about me. Okay, keep doing it. You are my friend from the beginning. I don't know you from a can of paint and don't want to know you. You know what I'm saying? But you have some people really get bent out of shape because people didn't prove that to be the friend that they expected them to be. Well, they're not going to be, because most of the time people are fake, and they just out about getting what they can get from you. They ain't trying to really get to know you like that. They ain't really trying to be cool and friends with you like that. Like, at the end of the day, stop getting bent out of shape on people on any type of social media platform, especially YouTube, or getting bent out of shape with people in a period. Sometimes you have to know that just because people seem nice, that don't mean that they're really nice. That don't mean that they really rock with you. You know, and that should be an example, not just with this, but with things in general. See what happened to Nolan Wales. He out there on an island, and he whatever happened, I would think he would be expecting his friends to help him. But instead they didn't. I'm pretty sure there was something that could have been helped in this situation. But because we don't all know the facts and evidence of everything, we can only say allegedly. But I'm telling you, his friends, so-called friends, could have did something, especially if they were there. So if you look at these situations and other situations you may have endured in life. Just say, for instance, if you're a woman and you were heavy set, and all of a sudden you start losing weight and looking good, and you happy with yourself, you looking your best that you ever looked. You have some of them same people that were cool with you that you called a friend. They gonna feel a kind of way. They gonna start saying comments like, "Oh, okay, well, look, don't lose too much weight. You don't want to be a bag of bones, or girl, you don't get too skinny. They ain't gonna look right, that kind of stuff." You gonna have all those type of insults because those type of people ain't your friends. They really have a jealousy towards you, or you could be a man and you doing well for yourself. You got your own business. You got a lot of things financially going for you. You gonna have somebody that was your homeboy saying little sly comments and talking about you behind your back. Yeah, I asked that nigga. Excuse me. I asked him for some money. He act like he acting funny. Won't give me no money. He making all that money and stuff like that. It's always something with folks. That's why I say don't be so quick. Don't be so quick to call people friends. Don't be so quick. It takes time to get to know people. And even when you do take time to know people, sometimes you still can be wrong. It's just sometimes a risk that people and as human beings we take with other folks, right? And I have been in situations where I met some really great people that I'm glad that I connected with. And there's been some people, oh my God, I just hate the fact that I ever met them and gave them my number, right? So that's why I say anything we do, we're going to take a risk, especially when it comes to dealing with other people. And you definitely going to be in a trick bag when you're dealing with people on YouTube and the internet, because you don't know what these people got going on. It's a bunch of weirdos. They got a lot of different motives on why they want to connect with you and be cool with you. You know what I'm saying? And some people ain't worth the salt on their back. They sorry, they a snake, and they don't know how to be a friend to nobody because they a jealous-hearted hoe or a Negro, okay? So those are the type of people you got to watch, too. But, yeah, like I said, everybody is not your friend. That's a message by itself. Yeah, with friends like that who needs enemies, right? And sometimes that's why they call them frenemies. They people that disguise as a friend, but they really your enemy in disguise. That's the scary part. Did y'all remember a couple of years ago, or was it a year ago? It was a Mexican influencer, young lady, maybe in her early 20s. She was online, I think on TikTok or something, and she had her own salon. She had her own salon and everything. Hold on just a second, because I got to tell Walmart I'm here. I'm waiting on my product. Let me see. Well, I have to do that a little later. But anyway, she was online, and she was telling, her friend told her that she has a package coming, a special package, and she was trying to see when her friend was going to be at her salon. Now, this 20-something-year-old had her own salon I guess in Mexico or something. And she ended up telling her friend, "Oh, I'm going to be there at this time, such and such," or whatever. So the friend said, "Cool." So the friend, while the girl was on live, her friend was in the chat saying, "Oh, your special gift is coming," right? So she's waiting for that special gift. The man, it was a gunman that opened the door, and acting like he was going to give her a gift, he ended up shooting her on live stream. And her friend that set it up was watching on TikTok, because you can go live on TikTok, was watching on TikTok, and saw when her friend slumped down in the seat. This is supposed to be her best friend, matter of fact. She tried to look like her. They dressed alike. They went to the same clubs. They looked alike. They did everything. They could almost be identical because the other friend wanted to look just like the friend that she was jealous of. And this is why the definition of frenemies come in, because you have people disguising as your friends, but they're really your enemy. They're really your enemy. And that's why I told you, everybody is not your friend. So as I go through my life, I try to be really careful, but sometimes some people still sleep, kind of sneak in by the cracks, in the cracks. They'll sneak in, and sometimes you can't tell the difference because they're chameleons, They kind of know when to, make themselves be something when they're really not. But anyway, that's why a lot of the times I may start out like, trying to be cool with somebody, and then you may see me kind of pull back a lot. And when I pull back, that means I'm seeing stuff about you that I don't too much care for. And to me, when I start doing that, when I start moonwalking back, that means something about you, it ain't going to fly with me. I might not say nothing to you about it unless you ask, then I'll tell you. But I won't say anything. I'm just going to moonwalk my ass backwards away from you. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to waste my time, especially if I have shown myself to be a friend to you, but you have not been a friend to me. I'm not going to reciprocate anymore. See, I learned the gift of goodbyes and how it is so important to tell people goodbye. I learned that when you moonwalk out backwards and you don't tarry just because you don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, you doing yourself a favor. Because at the end of the day, guess what? They ain't gonna do it for you. They're going to keep lying and acting like they cool with you. And you sitting up here wondering, oh, well, I thought they was, no. So do them the same favor and moonwalk your butt up out of there. Some people are not worth your time, your space, your effort, or anything at all. They're not worth it. And I don't care if one person, 5 people, or 9 people is hearing this. I am talking about some truth here, because a lot of folks take friendship lightly, and a lot of people come on the internet wanting friendship, and then when they butt get disappointed, they want to yell and scream. But listen, don't blame anybody but yourself. You have to understand, people take friendship lightly, and that word is it don't mean nothing to them, because they're not even a friend to themselves, and they've never been a friend to anybody else. They may think they have, but they haven't. So a lot of the times when we get disappointed with people, just say, hey, it is what it is. Everybody is not going to be somebody that's going to be down for you. They're not going to be ride or die, period. I'm going to put the link in the chat, so I don't know if anybody wants to come up, because I'm pretty much done with what I have to say on that situation. I do hope that the situation with Nolan Wells will come to, come to some type of justice. I hope that whoever, if people really valued him, that they would come out and be truthful and say what is going on, what actually happened, because his parents, his grandfather, they deserve to know what happened to him. His family deserves to know what happened to him. And that's why I say if you are a parent, a grandparent, a mentor, or uncle, or aunt, make sure you stress the importance of what real friendship is and how it looks. And hopefully you have real friendships where you can give examples of what a real friendship is and what it's not. Okay. Like I said, we have to really instill in our children the importance of friendships and how to spot a friend, how to be a friend, you know, how to spot a frenemy or really somebody that's your enemy, period. You know, it comes to a point that you just have to let your kids know. You know, you have to talk to your kids. So it's unfortunate the thing that happened with Nolan Wells. Uh, a young man full of promise, full of possibilities, and I don't know what's going to happen within the next, week or month or even year from now with this situation. I don't know if it's going to cause a I don't know if it's going to cause a riot or in the Mississippi area, because we know that that's in some places those sundown towns, honey. It's a lot of racism, but everything is not racism. So let me make sure I say that, because I don't want nobody saying everything ain't racism. We know that, we really do know that, but some things are. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure that I stress that stop looking so much for friendship on the internet. You know, let friendships happen if they happen organically, and if they don't, then walk away. Because you don't know some people anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're just meeting you. You're just meeting them. And stop trying to, you know, and when you see signs, stop acting like you don't see them. And don't ask for something that you're not. If you're not a real friend, don't ask for a real friend. You got to first be a real friend in order for you to receive a real friend. See, I've noticed there's a lot of people that want people to be there for them and be honest with them and really be loyal and supportive to them when they do the bare minimum. Like, and I will tell a person in a minute, if I see you doing the bare minimum or nothing at all, and I'm supporting you, I'm, down with you and stuff like that, and you give me the bare minimum or nothing at all, I'm telling you, I'm moonwalking like Michael Jackson up out of there. I'm not wasting my time. Hey, Ryan. I'm not wasting my time with people that don't know how to be a friend to me. Like, we're not doing it. I'm not doing it. And so, like I said, in the past, I let a lot of times some things slip through the cracks. Sometimes I, would give people the benefit of the doubt, but it ended up biting me in the end. That's why I always would go by this thing here that I used to ignore. What my grandmother would always tell me, go with your first mind. When you go with your first mind, that's usually the right mind. And that's why I say a lot of the times we get gut feelings about people and we choose to ignore them because we want to see the best in people. But it's not always that way. Some people, it's nothing good in them. It's nothing. It's no type of best thing there. They're just there, spewing their chaos on other people, their hatred on other people, their jealousy or their envy for other people. So some people, you just have to call it for what it is and walk away. It's some few people that I'm like, you know what? I wanted to think the best in you, but it's just not fair. It's just not fair. And that's okay. Once you learn to accept it for what it is, you will, I'm telling you, you're going to save yourself so much problems and stress if you would just go by that. If I knew a lot of things that I knew now, and a lot of things I did know, I just choose to give people the benefit of the doubt. And then I end up, like I said, being the butt of the joke. I end up being the one disappointed or hurt at the end because I wanted to think, well, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's, maybe she's having a bad day. Hey, Carl, maybe he's having a, I don't, we're not perfect. Oh, yeah, that's right. We're not perfect, but some people just hella foul, and they're very selfish, self-centered people, self-absorbed. They don't care about nobody but themselves. They don't care about nobody else's feelings but themselves. If you try to help them out of a burning building, and they gonna stay there and say, "Well, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna wait for somebody else to rescue me." They, you will try to help people, and they still will stay in the same position, and then later on blame you for not doing nothing. No, that's you. See, I learned to be a good friend to myself, and I'm learning to be a good friend to other people that I find worth my time. Because everybody not worth my time. Everybody is not worth an investment of good friendship. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Some people, I'm like, I'm gonna give you what you give me. So you can call it matching energy or whatever. I'm gonna give you what you give me. If you give me half-ass stuff, that's exactly what I'm gonna give you. If you give me nothing, that's exactly what I'm gonna give you. Nothing. So we learned the hard way for some of us, because some of us try to be the good girl or the good guy, and we end up finding that being a good guy and a good girl gets you absolutely nowhere. You need to be a woman or a man with some wisdom and discernment, and you won't get yourself involved in a lot of foolishness. See, that was my problem. Giving people the benefit of the doubt and thinking, oh, I don't want to just be rude or reject people. Man, forget all that. People make their own bed. They lie in it. Just like when I do stuff, I lie in it because I did it. So, no, stop making excuses for people that want to continue to be a butthole, or people that want to continue to be jealous or hateful or envious for no reason. You have people that talk about you for 2 or 3 years. They don't understand why they keep talking about you, but they got to bring you up. It's just one female. I don't care if they talking about the sky is blue with birds flying all around. She gonna bring up Selena and my body. And I used to talk to this little cockroach on the phone and try to help her and encourage her. But then they'll go around line and say, well, I tried to be a friend. I did this. Everything I got from her, I bought from her. And this is what people will do. They will throw things and lie all day long about what they did for you. It ain't did ish for you. No one gave me anything on this internet unless they gave me a donation for my channel. But nobody gave anything to me besides, like I said, a donation for my channel, either a super chat or a cash app. I work for my stuff, and I don't accept everything from people now. So now I have receipts, and see what these people don't realize, because they so, especially this little dummy, Cash App has a place where you can go and see everything you've given to a person. Hey, Sassy, they can see they will report everything that you sent to this person or what this person has sent to you. So nothing you can lie about unless you just don't show it. So again, nobody has given me anything but unless it was a donation for a super chat or a cash app. Thank you, Sassy, for coming through. But it's hotter than fish grease, I can tell you, in Texas, boy. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So like I said, you'll have people that pretend like they were a friend, but real friends, even if you fall out with a person, you still not going to try to embarrass them. You definitely not going to lie on them. And you definitely keep things to yourself about the situation. But unfortunately, we live in a world, in a society of people that have no idea what a real friendship is because they don't know how to be a friend. Oh gosh, Mr. Oaks. Okay, I'm gonna let you up, but don't. Well, let me not. Okay, Mr. Oaks, how are you?
I am good. How are you, Selena?
I'm okay. What do you
Okay.
have to add to this conversation?
No, I wanted to ask, are you talking about from just a friend's perspective, or are you talking about the Nolan Wells conversation?
I'm talking. That's why I said random topic. So if you heard what I said, I was talking about the Nolan Wells, the situation about if they were his real friends. Why didn't if he was dying wherever they were at on that boat? Why didn't when they called the sea tour to get help for him? Then I went in talking about friendships and how friendships people take it lightly. They don't understand truly what real friendship is. So that's why I said Nolan Wells and random topics. But that has something to do with friendships. So, because like I was saying, had his friends really been friends to him, they would have tried to help him if they were there. That's what I'm saying.
Right. I don't think you probably didn't see me when I typed in the chat earlier. I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to stop calling them friends.
Facts.
I think I
Facts.
mean that's just, and I put in the chat in my opinion. So don't nobody make it seem like I'm trying to push that on anybody. But I think that it's time now. I mean, it's been time, but a lot of people didn't see it prior to this. This whole
Right.
this whole thing, this whole um, incident um, was shake. Everybody seems not to want to. It might seem like I'm switching tracks here, but it seems like nobody wants to identify the obvious like race issue that's going on here. Like, and this is why I say that. Let me explain that, y'all. You remember, let's say 10 years ago. Well, I can say go back further than that, but let's go back 10, 15 years ago. What was the narrative? The narrative was police killing or unaliving black men, correct? Do we remember Michael Brown and Trayvon Martin, and it was law and who else Tamir Rice. Remember all these? It was that was the narrative. They weren't even commenting on these type of incidents. But now think about this. Recently, we've seen where it's been um, this type of situation where it's Caucasian kids unaliving black kids. And
Uh-huh.
we've also seen where they tried to put the narrative with there's a there in my opinion, there's a intentional narrative being spun along along racial lines. Now,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. I understand racism in a if you don't understand racism, then you don't understand American history, in my opinion.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm not saying you, I'm saying anybody. If
Right,
you
right. I
don't
got
understand Yeah, if you don't understand racism, historical racism in this country, then you really don't understand uh, racism, because this country was built upon that. So
that.
I want you to actually go back to the people in the back that's listening that can't hear. I want you to go back and I want you to tell me actually. I will read your Constitution. Read of all the different of the country and all the different states, because some of the states got their constitutions too. So I want y'all
Right.
to understand this. I want you to understand what's going on right now as far as we look at Texas, we look at Mississippi. I want you to think about the South in general.
Yep.
Just think about that. And from my education, my understanding, the deeper you get in the United States, the more South you get, the more racist it gets. Now, that's not to say it's everywhere, but there are pockets. There are pockets. And people would say, well, like, no, these was just kids. They was just, y'all don't understand the historical of language of Mississippi or
Right.
Texas. A lot of people ain't understanding this. They're not getting it, and they want to look past it. That's called cognitive dissonance, people. It's like the evidence is being put right in front of your face, and you're refusing to believe. You're looking for a reason to believe it's something other than what it is. Now that's not the case everywhere, because I can point out that I don't know if you heard about the or you did say random topic. So um did you hear about the young man in Indianapolis, Indiana, where
No. Go ahead and tell me.
no, where it was a guy. He was in the car, him and their friend, whatever. He was in the car. He pulls into the park. It's one of them days. You know how we like to hang out at the park, have fun, drink, well, do what we do, listen to music, barbecue, all that. Anyway, he pulls into the parking lot, passes the cop, backs into his parking spot, and he sits there. The cop don't like that. The cop, she pulls her vehicle in front of his, gets out and confronts him. Now she notices he has firearms in the vehicle, right?
Yeah.
There was one sitting on his lap. Okay, and they ended up finding another one on the side of the but these are, I think they said he was 18, but these are, keep in mind, y'all, these are legally owned weapons. This man has no criminal history, none of that. No record, nothing. These were lawfully possessed weapons. Okay. She approaches his vehicle as he's parked, motor engine off, approaches the vehicle. She ends up seeing, roll your window down. He rolls the window down. She ends up seeing the weapon. But at the same time, she has a body camera on. She has a body camera on, and the body camera footage. I'm gonna skip past all the drama. The body cam footage is recording at the same time. Okay, so she sees the weapons. Okay,
Okay.
once she sees the weapon, she's telling him at the same time, get out of the vehicle and put your hands up. His hands is already up. They're showing it in the vehicle. Okay. Anyway, she ended up saying or claiming that this young man pointed a firearm at her, charged him with attempted murder on the police officer, intimidation. It's like 2 or 3 more charges. Okay.
Mhm.
So she ends up now keep in mind, all the time the body camera footage is showing him with his hands up. She was telling him, get out the vehicle and don't move. But at he has to reach down and unhook his seatbelt to get out of the vehicle because his seatbelt is on.
Right.
Okay, so but she's giving him conflicting orders.
Right.
She like, don't move, don't move. I'll do this, that. I'll end your life. I'll put it like that. You can go watch. You can go look it up. But anyway, she says all this to him. Anyway, she ends up getting him out of the car. He ends up not shot, and she charges him with all these crimes. This is it's a young man. She ends up charging him with all these crimes. But the district attorney, the assistant district attorney who was assigned to the case, He watched all the body cam footage.
Uh-huh.
He watched it all. And 4 days later, he ended up dismissing all the charges against him.
Hmm.
But yes, you just go back. They dismissed all the. Now he has a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against Indianapolis because she just thought she could. And she was a supervisor. She wasn't a beat cop,
Mm-hmm.
and she just ended up. She charged this man with he was facing like 50 years in prison plus.
Right. You know,
And the
like I
only
said, go ahead.
no. I was just gonna say I understand sometimes that was how much that was God right there, because how many other occasions have we heard where the same thing has been said and the cop's word has just been taken, like accepted as the gospel?
Right. And that should not be, because sometimes
No,
the cop is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
I'm one of those people. I mean, I feel like we should support, especially good cops and firemen, people that work in those
Yeah.
type of professions. But when it comes, what makes it bad is the ones that's not like that. Like, I remember, I think I covered it probably about a month or two ago. It was a Hispanic cop, police officer, and she was talking about how she hated black people, and she was saying how when she arrests them, she feels so good and all this kind of stuff. See, those are the type of cops we need to be protected from. You know what I'm saying?
Now, yeah, Selena, you talking about the Latino lady?
Yeah, hey T Ham.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Latino
yeah,
lady. She
yeah,
said that
yeah.
she hated black people. You can't be in no profession because you're serving people. You serving the community. And it don't matter what color they are or what your personal prejudices are. When it comes to right and wrong, you're supposed to be protecting the people. But
Mm-mm.
anyway, that's what she was doing. And see, that kind of stuff, those type of cops, they make it bad for a lot of the good ones, unfortunately. You know what I'm
No,
saying? So,
they make it bad for. I'm sorry for
I
cutting
mean,
you off. Yeah,
I'm trying to
no,
say bad.
no, they make it bad for. They make it bad for all the good cops, all the people that's
Right.
actually trying to do their job,
Hmm.
that's actually trying to interact with the community, maybe establish some type of rapport with the community. No, they out here playing games, Celine.
Right. And like I said, everything, in my opinion, and I would like to say this, in my opinion, I don't see everything black and white, but sometimes it is. You know what I'm saying? Because of the world that we live in, and some people have a superiority complex where they think their race or their ethnic, because we're all a part of the human race, but some people think their ethnic group is better than the other and all of that. So, we have to deal with people with these type of mindsets in this world, and it makes it bad. It makes every situation, especially when you have two different ethnic groups and stuff like that. It makes it come off like, oh, is this a racism? Or what is is this? It's always it's this kind
Selena.
of stuff. No, you gotta let me finish. It
Oh,
sets
okay,
it
my
up.
fault.
Yeah, no. It sets it up for other things, and when it may not be the case of a white and black issue, but because we have so many people that have that type of mindset of superiority and thinking they're better than other, or this group is better than the other group, this is why so many people go to this. When it may be just people with bad character within. Well, that's bad character being racist, but anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. In that, I'm trying to articulate it in a way where everything is not always racism, but a lot of things are. That's what I'm trying to say. But go
Right.
ahead, Ms. O.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. No, it's. I would say it's mostly when we get into certain situations, it's mostly racism because racism is systemically built into this country, the fabric of this country. I don't know
Yeah,
how people don't understand that. Yeah, so
systematic
it's
racism.
but you have to understand. Listen, I have two rules. Okay, two rules that I actually live by. Okay, there
Mhm.
are both of those rules. When you hear me talking, please remember these rules. Nothing exists without contrast, and there are exceptions to every rule.
Mhm.
So when you say something in general terms, or when I say, I'm sorry, when I say something in general terms, if it sounds like I'm speaking about a whole group, no, 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 not talking or all instances. No, I'm not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. There's exceptions to every where there's evil over here, there's good over here working.
Right.
So I understand that. But
Mhm.
the racial aspect is just like you said. There's certain people that think they above or better than. Uh, uh, Come on, man, stop it.
Yeah,
Now that's that. Yeah,
it is. It is.
yeah, yeah. Stop it. Yeah, stop. And there's certain people that believe that they just don't want to let it go. They've already seen the truth, Selena. They know the
Mhm.
truth. That's why they fight so hard to keep that in place instead of leveling the playing field and cutting the book. No, that's all they have to live on.
And see, this it was another situation in Dallas. Now, I think he was with some friends as well, and some of them were Caucasian, but there's a African American young man in Dallas. He drowned in the Trinity River, and I think the cops kind of ruled it as accidental, and it could have been. We don't know because, like I said, I wasn't there. But the
Right.
mother is, feeling like the cops, the Dallas police, just basically just kind of made it cut and dry, in that situation where it could have been some foul play. We don't know. So,
Is that the one? Is
that's
that
the
the
one
one where
what?
they? Is that the one where they charged them with a crime because they lied? They found out they lied or something like that. There's like five
Uh,
cases.
I think
There's
so, but I'm not for sure. I'm gonna go back and find the story because I seen the mom. They kind of, I don't know who was talking about it, but I don't really watch the news like I should, but it happened in Dallas, and that's why I was like, dang, I didn't hear about this, but I don't really, I try not to listen at the news that much.
okay.
I listen
No, I
at
feel you.
what's going on. I listen to what's kind of going on YouTube as far as like some of the news. I don't listen to the local news. But anyway, it was a situation. The little boy, well, he was not a little boy, but he was a teenager, and he was out there with some friends or something, and somehow, situation, he drowned in the Trinity River.
I
Think
think
about that.
I
So I don't
no,
know about
I
it.
think
Yeah, I didn't know about it either.
no, no, no. I just
So
it's
I
there's
was
like
just
no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, basically, like I said, there's always something going on, and that's why you have to really stay on top of it, especially if it's concerning your child. That's why I would, if anything happened, like God forbid, but I would definitely be on the news. I would be bringing awareness. I would be doing everything because I would want to make sure my child is brought to justice. Because his life, it was his life mattered as well. So that was basically it. I'm gonna find out more about the story because I don't want to just put a lot of things out there. But that was the basics of it. This did happen in the Dallas, Texas area, and not too long. Well, it actually happened, I think, before the Nolan Wells situation in Mississippi. So, and it wasn't really, I didn't hear it broadcast a lot. I didn't even hear it on YouTube. people talked about it. But this was another African American male, and they were saying that it was some foul play in that situation. But hey, Miguel, how are you? So yeah, so there's always something going on. But I want to go back to friendships and how, like I said, we have to be careful about the people that we are around, because if we're around the wrong type of people, when we really need help, they ain't nowhere to be found. Or if they are there, they ain't gonna help you. They gonna try to basically cover their butt so they don't get in trouble, and when they should just tell the truth. And that's basically what I was saying with Nolan Webb and his friends that were there, that seen what was going on, or had something to do with it or whatever. They should have spoke on it. Now, I need to go through and do a reaction of Officer Tatum interview. And some people don't like Officer Tatum because he's considered red. What was that? Red wing or no? That's red wing. Right wing person. In politics. I say red wing. Oh, I'm thinking about some wings. But yeah, he's considered to be staunch Republican. I know he really truly supports Trump. So to me, I wanted to hear the interview. So I got to go through and listen to the interview, but from the little parts that I see of the interview he had with Warren, that was one of Nolan's friends, the one that his grandfather owned the boat that they were in. He was the one that was being interviewed. So I'm kind of curious to see what actually happened with that situation.
Go. No, I'm sorry. Go watch that interview. If you partially, I'm not going to even say that. I'll just say that I'm in my experience. Some of it ticked me off.
Oh, okay.
Some of it, and now keep in mind, he did an interview with the friend Warren's, right?
You're right.
He also did an interview with Stephen A.
Okay.
Not face to face. They was like on YouTube.
Okay.
But they had their own little back and forth, and it's gonna show you how they trying to shift the narrative. I'm not gonna say that right now. If you watch the one with Stephen A, because Stephen A, and he got you in that interview thinking he like pro black. Don't worry, just listen to it. Just listen, but listen to the one with I would recommend listen to the one with Officer Tatum and what's his name? The friend.
Warren.
Warren. Listen to that.
Yeah,
listen.
I want to listen to that and see what do I. Because sometimes I can pick up things off of people if they. It was somebody that was they analyzed that I forgot what they call it. I don't know if it was a forensic analyst or whatever. But
yeah, body language.
It was someone that has that type of position and that type of expertise, was saying when a person explains details that are not really relevant to a situation, they're usually lying. They're trying to find a way to basically make themselves feel like they're not involved when they're very, very well involved in a situation, or trying to hide certain evidence. So I thought that was pretty interesting. He did from the little that I saw, he did a lot of over explaining, and then he did a lot of explaining with things that weren't really relevant to the situation. And so I said, okay, I got to go and finish this because it seems like it's kind of interesting. And I know, Officer Tatum, I got mixed feelings about Officer Tatum, because a lot of the stuff I'm like, dude, I understand what you're saying. Everything is not what it seems to be, and a lot of times media shapes and the image of certain situations and things and people. So I get that too. But some things I'm like, now good and darn well that didn't make sense. And you can't just say, but like I said, everybody has their own opinion. Some things I agree with him on, some things I'm like, no, that's not, and that's why we all can have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some things people gonna agree with me, and there's gonna be some things they don't agree with me about. That's why we're different. But I just think that I think the interview should be pretty interesting. I know that Officer Tatum he really don't want it to be made out to be a black and white issue. He's like, okay, let's go by the facts and evidence kind of thing. But other than that, like, we'll see what's gonna go, what's happening, and I'll cover it eventually. Like I said, when I have some extra time and go through it. But I did want to stress this live because I wanted people to know, if you don't know, just because people are friendly doesn't mean that they like you. Just because people seem like they care and they want to be involved in your life, you need to always question why sometimes. Sometimes people are just nice. Sometimes people just want to be a friend, but that's few and far in between. I don't think a lot of people are like that, especially in today's time. I believe there's motives on why people do what they do, if not all the time. So, like I said, every smiling face ain't a friendly face, because everybody not trying to be a real friend. They just there. So you just got to be careful about it. And whether you on YouTube, TikTok, real life, at work, if you, wherever you are and you meet people, quit trying to be the nice lady and the nice guy. See things for what they are and go from there. Never take people for face value. You will be sadly mistaken if you do something like that. Taking people for face value. That's the worst thing you could ever do. Because you just, like I said, take it from me. You would keep yourself. You better stop your ass. I'm sorry, I'm driving. Like, these people don't pay attention. They just be driving. But you will find out. You will keep yourself out of a lot of situations if you will look at things for what they are and not what you pretend them to be. I get on to some people. I have some friends that I'm like, I'm telling you, being too nice is going to get you in a lot of different situations, and you can't blame nobody but yourself. I had to tell a friend that, before, and she was just really one of those people that always tried to, be nice and not hurt nobody's feelings, and then she didn't understand why she kept getting disappointed and getting her feelings hurt. I said, I know why. She was like, why? I said, because you just don't know when to not be nice. Sometimes you just have to let people go. Sometimes you just have to walk away from people. Everybody not meant to be rock with you. Everybody not meant to go to that next level with you in your life. Quit wasting time with people that don't matter. And quit worrying about everybody else's feelings but your own. See, that's what's wrong with some people. Now, some people don't worry about nobody but themselves. But you got to have a balance. You got to sometimes, the people that matter, that you really care about and that has proven themselves to care about you, you care. But those that don't show no concern, you doing all the work, you doing all the caring, you being all considerate, and they ain't doing nothing but, being themselves and complaining. No. Yeah, you're going to have to learn to let people go. And that's why I said, so when people learn, like people like her, stop trying to be so nice and see it for what it is and learn to moonwalk out of people's lives when they ain't doing right, you will be a lot happier because you'll understand that you're wasting your time on people that do not care about your existence. What you have to say,
Mm.
Mr. What you
They
have to
can't.
say?
They just can't handle such harshness. But go no, proceed. I want you to get
No,
on. I want you,
no. I mean,
Reverend Selena is speaking, y'all. Y'all listen, or
no,
y'all
I'm not,
listen.
and I'm
No,
not. It's not me being harsh. It's me being real. Once you've been
no,
through,
no, no.
oh no, I know you're
Oh,
saying, but I try to not to. So some people may think I'm being harsh, but I call those people sometimes you living in rose-colored glasses, because at the end of the
mm-hmm.
day, like I said, as long as you keep living, you'll figure it out. Like life will teach you some hard lessons, and you'll figure it out eventually. And if you don't, then you really are maybe, I would say maybe mentally slow a little bit or intellectual disabled.
Mm,
But
no. You just you
yeah,
haven't figured out. You haven't figured it out yet. See, that's part of the lesson. It once you realize, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna shut up. Once you
uh-huh,
realize you learn every day, the rest of your life is a learning lesson.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
The rest, all of us, that's for all of us. The rest of your life is a learning lesson. If you
Right,
think you get to, when you think you've gotten to a point where you think you know it all, that's where you're messed up at.
right. I
You
agree.
learn every, yeah, okay,
I agree.
Celine.
I think we're all. I think. Can you hear me? Can you hear
Yeah, I can
me?
hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I might be in an area that my phone might go dead for whatever reason. But anyway, um, yeah, as long as you're living, if you're open to it, you're always going to, in my opinion, have lessons. The thing is that most people do not get is learn from the lesson. They get the lesson. We get a lesson every day. It's if we learn from it is what is going to matter at the end of the day. And my thing is, I never try to be harsh with people, but the reality of it is, people are, even though there's nothing new up under the sun on a lot of different things, because everything has been done before, I do believe that things have gotten worse in the world that we live in because of the people that's in it. And I do believe that um, a lot of the times when we take away our, or we don't really enhance our spiritual growth, we become really kind of null and void, and anything goes. And I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say, but I feel like we don't have, a lot of times people don't have a moral compass about anything anymore. Like, even if I feel a way about something or someone, there's going to be some times where I may be wrong on a situation. But if I have no type of moral compass that will convict me of it, then to me, it's kind of like I'm just walking around aimlessly, just being destructive. You have to have some type of moral compass about yourself, whether you're a religious person or not. And sometimes I think that a lot of, especially in this day and time, the world, let me, because this person side swap me, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, we're driving I don't understand people driving in two lanes, but anyway, uh, but like I was saying, you have to have some type of moral compass that can guide you in life, because you just go around doing anything and everything, and you won't be able to treat people like you want to be treated, because you don't even you don't understand the concept. You just can't get it. I don't know. I just maybe I'm just blabbering at the mouth, but I just feel like a lot of times people just they stuck on themselves a lot of times, and we gotta just open our eyes. It is what it is. Quit trying to deny it is what it is. You know, I look on here when I do have the time. I look on here and I see so many people wasting their time and their voice hollering and screaming at people that really don't matter to them at the end of the day. Hey, 100 Real Man, they're not your friend. They're not a family member. And even if they was a family member, like some of the stuff that we pay attention to, it just don't make no damn sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys can hear me because I know I can.
Well, I can hear you first. I can hear you. First, let me ask you, why do you think it? Wait a minute, and I'm not like pushing back, but I'm just to get some more information. Why do you think they think it doesn't mean, it doesn't make that much of a difference?
What do you mean? Like, what you talking about? Like, I'm trying to.
Nuh-uh. Go back to what you just said. You said it. I didn't.
I'm trying to park this lady in my way. Hold on. No, I
She
was just
about to beat.
saying. Yeah, because she's taking forever, and she see I'm waiting on this part. No, what I'm saying is what we pay attention to, like what we pay attention to. Thank you so much, 100 Real Man. We pay attention to some of the wrong things that's going on. That's all I'm saying. And it's so much more going on in this world. Like I said, with just like what we talking about with all this, with the Nolan Wells situation. I'll tell you about the situation in Dallas. You know, it's stuff like that that's going on. You know, and it's just a lot of different things. And like I was just saying the other day, I was kind of observing the YouTube streets. What day was that? I think it was Friday. I think, yeah, it was Friday because after I finished working out, I think I did something else and just got on the phone and started talking. Then I don't know if I went anywhere Friday, but anyway, I'm looking at all this buffoonery on this app, and I'm like, my God, what is going on with people? I just don't understand. It's so much going on in the real world that's happening to us and around us. And it's amazing how we pay attention to certain things and others we don't, you know. And I appreciate that, 100 Real Man. I really do. But I just see a lot of things that's going on. And I'm going to say this. I don't know if Riders, are you still here?
I bet you she's still here.
Okay. Riders, I don't know if you're still here or not. But Riders has a platform that not too many people frequent. Why? Because it's not a drama channel. Okay. She likes to do her music, tell her story, talk about what's going on in her area with the politicians and things of that nature. And
Right.
I personally, even if it doesn't bring a crowd, just like with my channel, it might, it depends on what I'm talking about. Now, if I'm talking about somebody and people want to know, hey, they gonna come and see. They might not even like my content, but they gonna come and see who Selena's talking about, so they can go and tell the other person in the other chat,
oh, she was saying this about you. Da 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 da. You know. Um, but I don't want riders to get mixed up in nothing that she don't need to be getting mixed up in. And because
Right.
she is like my sister content creator, she is really has always been consistent. She ain't never changed.
Right.
She may not agree with everything I've said or done or whatever. But Riders has always been consistent with me. She's not like the little funky hoes that pretend like they cool with you and they not. But
Uh-oh.
she is
Uh,
but she is a person that's always been consistent. So what I would tell you riders, I don't know if you're listening or you go back and look at it or whatever. Do not get involved with any more. Say what you got to say and let it be. Let it be. Don't need to explain yourself any more than what you have already did, because you have a platform focusing on other things that is of importance. So don't get sidetracked. Don't get sidetracked in stuff that is not your problem. And this is what we have to be careful about. And I'm saying this to her because I actually like Riders. I think she tries her best to do her own thing, and she wants to stay out the way. So continue to stay out the way, because sometimes we get ourselves in other stuff that ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and it don't got nothing to do with you. Okay? Let your yes be yes and your no be no, and say what you gotta say and move forward, because you can get in some mess that you didn't plan on getting into. So I always try to tell people that I care about enough to tell the truth and to help them. It was another young lady that I thought well of that was thinking about starting her channel. And I told her, if you want a different type of audience, do not do it. You give the people that you want to have your channel, the rest, let people find you. Because if you want to stay out the way and out of situations and don't want certain people over there, don't let everybody know what your channel is. If they find it, they just find it. But just be careful about it. You know, it was another, lady content creator. So that's why I said I hope Ryder stays on the right path. You know, you don't say what you had to say. Just don't keep expounding on it. Well, unless you want to, but just know what comes with that. You know, what comes with that opinion. I'm not saying don't speak your opinion. I'm not saying don't speak your mind. But what I am saying is don't stay on it too long. And that's the best advice that I can give anybody that wants to, keep their channel out the way of the foolishness. But I appreciate people like her. And thank you so much, Mr. Oaks, for coming through and showing me some love. Hey, Douglas. Hey, First Lady. Because you didn't have to come through. You actually stayed on topic, so I appreciate that as well. And that's no shot, Mr. Oaks, but you know how you are. But you have stayed on topic, so for the most part, and I appreciate it. And
okay, no problem. No problem. And me what? Go ahead, say it, because I'm going to say what I... Go ahead.
No, it wasn't a slight. See, the thing about it is, people want me to call names and stuff like that. So now when I'm doing it, I don't want people to get upset, but I'm just telling you the truth, because you have a hard time staying on topic. But I do appreciate that you brought some things to my awareness And especially like I said, with the systematic racism, and we know about that because, especially, you're probably in your 60s, so you were brought up
I'm gonna
as a, well,
cuss
I
you
don't know.
out. I'm gonna
Oh,
cuss you out after this
you're not
live.
60.
No, yeah, I'm gonna cuss you out after this over. Well, later on, hey, I'll catch you later. Don't worry about it. Go ahead,
No, I wasn't. No,
go ahead.
I actually wasn't trying to throw a shot. I thought you was 60, so. But no, people
Damn.
talk like people say I talk older, and I know I'm not old. So it's like at the end of the day, I've been around older people. But I thought you were maybe 60 or maybe 50 something years old or whatever. No shot, but it really wasn't. I was told if it was. But no, I'm
Uh-huh.
glad that I'm glad that you stayed on topic with the situation because I understand that this is really a serious topic, but I really wanted to stress how people are not your friends like you think they are, and it's unfortunate that this young man had to find out the hard way. And a lot of
Yeah.
other young men and young women had to find out the wrong way. It's unfortunate. So, but yeah, I wanted to say that to Rodgers because I knew I said, okay, I see where she might be going with this, and she might need to just be a little careful, and just like I say, you want to keep on to stay on the straight and narrow. You don't, you kind of have to watch because it's a thin line between, being in drama and and staying over here at the drama. It's a thin line. So whenever you see that thin line and you go over there, you're gonna experience a lot of things that you didn't want because that's not the type of person you want. You don't that's not what you're on. So that's why I said it's a thin line. So stay from over there with with the other stuff because you're gonna find yourself in drama that you didn't intend on being in. It happens to all of us. That's why a lot of the times I don't really address things that's going on in certain sectors because that's not. Don't come over here. I don't want you calling my name. I don't want you reviewing my stuff. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. So that's why a lot of times I don't even touch stuff because at the end of the day, it's not worth my time. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And now, if I was the person that always spoke on stuff, I should not be surprised if somebody's reviewing my content or if somebody wants to bring my name up because I'm deciding to put my opinion and my voice out there. So if I don't want that, then I stay away from it because I know what it brings and I don't want what it brings. Some people like the attention. Some people want their channels to get, more subs and more attention to their channel because otherwise, most people that I know of, especially that I've dealt with on this app for maybe 5 years, they don't care nothing about no positivity or no encouraging and no insightful stuff. Like at the end of the day, they don't care. They want to hear somebody getting cussed out, you know, and they want to see somebody either twerking with some, with some shorts on, and they don't really care about nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that riders stay focused. We're in a world now. We gotta pay attention to what's going on. We gotta really pay attention to what's going on. So and stop acting like we don't see stuff. And we see everything we don't need to be paying attention to. That's for sure. Some folks you be like, now out of all things, you saw that, you heard that, but like I said, this was really about the friendships, how you got to be careful who you invite in your life because everybody is not on that type of friendship type of energy. Some people are just want to be around just to be around to get what they want.
Hey,
And
hey,
mhm.
Selena, can I ask you a question real quick?
Go ahead.
Did you actually see it? You saw you? I think you told me you saw part of the interview with the one guy, the officer and the friend, right?
Mhm. Yeah, Officer
Okay.
Tatum.
Yeah, yeah. Officer Tatum and Woodrow.
Mhm. What?
Woody.
You
No,
say?
no. I'm just like no, no. Just like hold on. But you saw part of that. I want you to, if you will, answer this question. What does
Mhm.
Woody look like? What does Woody look like?
I don't know who Woody is. I know. Are you talking about Warren, the boy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm calling him Woody. But
I
you'll
think you
see if
talking
you
about Toy Story. I'm like, now I know Woody on Toy Story. What you talking about? Woody
look
Allen
at
or something? That's what. But
no
you talking about that boy?
that
Warren. I don't know his last name, but he was supposed to be Nolan Wells' friend. That his
right, right,
it was his
right, right,
grandfather's boat. It was
right,
his grandfather's boat.
right, right,
Uh-huh.
right. Now, what does he look like? Look at him. Just don't even watch the video. Don't even listen to no audio. Nothing coming out of his mouth. But just look at him. What does he look like?
Uh, um, I
Am I
can't
putting
really
you
say
on?
that because I
Am I,
don't want
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
be.
yeah, 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 yeah. I get it. I get it. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna say it neither. But I know what it is. Maybe that's for another live. But
Yeah. Yeah, he looked
yeah.
like he thought
Don't
about
say
it.
it. Don't
Well,
say
no,
it.
I'm gonna say this, but
Okay.
he do look like um they really planned out the story on how they were going to deliver it. And they probably all got together and say this is what happened. We're gonna stick to this. I feel like he was very I'm not gonna say meticulous, but he's
You want me to
very
say it? You you want me to say it?
go ahead, Mr. Oath. You seem to do it anyway.
Uh,
Go ahead.
yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll
Go
say
ahead. Go
it.
ahead.
He
Go
looks
ahead.
like a rat. He looks like a rat.
Well, yeah, I thought he looked like what is
Ratatouille.
that? Master Splinter. I remember the Ninja Turtles, and it was a
Oh,
big
right,
rat
right,
named
right,
Master Splinter that knows. But
right.
I'm not gonna sit up there and talk about the man too much. But I don't know what happened. I'm just saying, they know something and they need to tell the truth instead of trying to, protect themselves. That's all I'm saying.
They ain't gonna
Tell
do
the
that.
truth.
They ain't gonna do that, Selena. And I already from the just think about from the beginning. Okay, and I'll say just as friends. Okay, what's the first thing you did? You lied and where you told the story. Said you would. He said he was gonna stay with Katie. Katie said otherwise, didn't she?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, you got his phone and his keys. By the time the family gets the keys back, you done already deleted, or maybe you didn't do it, but somebody deleted his social media accounts, certain social
Oh,
media
okay.
accounts. That's
Yeah,
already
that's what
out
I
there.
said.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
already out there. And then not only that, think about it. Once y'all get back, y'all hold the phone from the family. Y'all play a game with the family over the phone and the keys. And one of y'all's mamas is a judge. Y'all automatically delete your social media account. Why?
Right. That's
Why
why I
did you
said
delete your? No, no, no.
these,
That don't make no sense.
these folks be diabolical in a lot of stuff that they doing. And that's what I'm saying. And it's all about cover up. That's why I said people are not really, they don't, that's why I said people really don't be liking you like that a lot of times. Like, just,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that people just cannot tell the truth. This young man has lost his life while they're still up every day walking and probably be able to graduate from high school and go to college where, this boy here will not ever see that. So I just don't understand. I do, because it's all about protecting our family, protecting myself and our family and our family's name and image. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, especially when people come from old money. When people come from old money,
Right. Right.
they try to protect their name, their family legacy, their heritage, and everything else. Yeah, so it is what
Yeah.
it is. We live, like I said, we live in a society that does not always see every man as being equal or every woman being equal, unfortunately.
Right.
So, and that's the way systematic racism was supposed to do. It was supposed to create systems to keep certain people in bondage, to uplift other people, and to make some people, or group of people, feel more important, and the other people are less man. That's what systematic racism does. It keeps some people down. It keeps some people stagnated, and everybody else, certain people, can rise above, and nobody can get above that unless they go through certain measures to do that. So it's unfortunate, and I'm looking forward to what's gonna come from this situation. I really hope it don't be another thing where it's a riots and stuff like who's the boy name? I think it was in St. Louis. Was it Mike
Mike
Brown?
Brown. Yeah.
That situation with that, and when they had all those riots, and then with the George Floyd situation, and they had the riots and everything like that, and I'm hoping that this can be resolved, that somebody will come and tell the truth. I don't know if that's going to happen, or they'll find out what really happened. Because all of them are pretty much sticking with the story, and all of them are supposed to be cool with Nolan, but they sticking
And
to their story that they don't know.
and I, yep. And I already told you. I already told you. When they first came back, they said they needed what, a tow, because the water was the boat was taking
Yeah,
on water. Okay,
right.
but still, right, you supposed to call that. You should have even pulled that in further. Maybe it would stop taking on water. I don't know how they had those boats positioned, but anyway, um, but you don't ask for what is that, National Guard or Coast Guard help. No, we're okay. We're okay. But we hear all these other things going on in the background. Okay.
Right, and then the captain, the man, somehow the captain was alerted by the grandfather. So that means the grandson Warren must have called his grandfather and let him know, hey, we need you to call off the captain or whatever. We need you to
Yeah.
call off of this. And so this is why, it was kind of like left that way. But my thing is, it don't matter. He should have went anyway. But see, this is what I'm saying. When people when they know people and they have influence and they got money, they can make things move or cover stuff up.
Yeah.
And I think it's a
Hmm.
lot of times people be covering up stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, like I said, everything in the dark comes to the light. Nobody ever gets away with anything. It may take longer for things to be exposed, but in this day and time, I'm seeing a lot of stuff that used to take for years. People are just getting exposed left and right. So it might not take that long. It just depends. Um, I just
Exactly.
feel so bad for his family though. Like I'm like, yo, that I don't know if that I think that was their only child. I'm not for sure, but I don't care if you have more than one child and you lost one child and you got five other children. It doesn't matter. That was still your child. So I couldn't imagine what them parents is going through right now. Like having to know what happened to my son. You know
But
what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
can I, uh, let me say something real quick. Oh my God. Maybe I shouldn't even say this. Um, does anybody or anybody in the chat, have you actually checked on the demographics from this area where Nolan live? I mean,
Mm-mm.
like yeah, I have a little bit. I'm still doing some more work.
Mm.
Um, but the demographics, as far as the usual charts, he grew up in the same type of environment as or- Carmelo Anthony.
Probably the suburbs and came from a
Yeah. Not that,
pretty well
when I
to do.
say it, yeah, when I say the demographics, I mean
Yeah, I know what
79%.
demographics is.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying for them in the back that
Uh
ain't
huh.
listening. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like the only thing I'll say, I try to keep it like kosher. Be careful what communities you take your children into if you haven't given them the history of this the world they live in. I'll put it like that.
Mm,
Be
okay.
careful where you take. I understand you might want to take them to a better area, and what it's not okay. I think it's time for us to start figuring out to clean up certain areas for us to be in, like where we won't even have to endure this and endure drama from our side,
Mhm.
if that makes sense.
All right.
But no, we got to figure. No, stop trying. It's like we're gonna we get a little bit of money, and I'm not saying it's wrong for getting no money, but I'm saying for
Right.
wanting to go wanting to go to a better neighborhood, a safer neighborhood. We
Right.
know what goes on.
And see, this is the thing. I know about that situation because one of my sisters and her husband they're kind of well to do, so they moved their children out in the suburbs. Their oldest child, knew about when they lived in the hood, and then they moved to the suburbs when they got established financially, and it was a situation where my nephew had to go get out of the suburbs public school and go to a private school, a smaller school, because he kept getting in trouble and stuff. Some of not his doing, because my nephew, he a fighter, so it is what it is. But anyway, so they moved him to a private school where there were more Caucasians and less African Americans. If they were kind of well to do too, like my sister and her husband. And so my brother-in-law had kind of warned him about a lot of different things that he might encounter because of the area that he's in and the school that he goes to. And I can't verbatim say everything that they talked about, but he warned them about different things that might happen, some things that might seem unfair because of the color of his skin. Um, and he also let people, let him know about, how you cannot trust everybody. And he would give, just talk to him about certain type of friends he had and things like that. So it's best that when you are having, like you said, you have these children, they're in a different demographic rather than where they came from or where maybe you came from, and you moved your children out to more of a suburban area and a predominantly maybe Caucasian area. There, you have to kind of let your kids know, hey, don't go thinking everybody is the white devil, but you do have to understand that there are differences and that is going on. You understand, like, there's going to be some difference there. And you have to be wise. You have to think for yourself and be a follower. And also be aware of the different prejudice and the different dangers that could occur. So those were some of the things, like I said, I can't go in verbatim what he told my nephews, but he did warn them about some of the ups and downs of, being in those type of schools and what you may experience and what you may not. Also to let them know everybody is not your enemy, because they're different. They look different than you, but to be aware that it could happen because of the color of your skin. So these are the things. Hey, Lonnie, these are the realities we have to teach children, not to make them prejudiced, not to make them, hate other group of people, but to give them an understanding. Hey, this might happen. It may not happen, but this might happen. And sometimes certain people in society may look at you a certain kind of way, or because of how you talk, or how your hair is, or how you look, or your skin color. It is what it is. So you just gotta be, just truthful with your kids, but not make them, in my opinion, to the point where they just think everybody that's different or looks different is a bad person either. So I think you got to have a balance.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Bishop, how are you? You have to have a balance. But, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like I said. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say, you know what I tell young dudes every day?
Uh-huh.
You gotta learn how to put your customer service voice on until you figure out who they are.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Yeah, put your customer service. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No. What do you mean? What? Let me help you with that. Yeah,
Right.
and then when they show you who they are, come on, man. Now you gotta learn how to play that. See, that's a different dynamic right there. Once you figure out who they are, it's just like, yeah, you got to maintain your composure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like I said, you have to know how to act accordingly in every situation. That was one. My demographics was in the hood, so I experienced a lot of different things in the hood areas. But also the thing that played well for me, that helped me a lot to see the difference in people and knowing how to be versatile and well versed with all types of people, is when I went to for 3 years, I went to a school outside of my hood, to another school that you had to audition for to be in. It was an art school, and you had to you would be around all different types of people, from different cultures, from different had different sexual identities and all this kind of stuff. So I was exposed to a lot of things that the people that I grew up in a hood was not exposed to. And that helps me to kind of deal with all types of people because I have been exposed to it. And that's why a lot of times if you are not exposing your children to different things, different cultures and different things like that, they're gonna think everything is just black and white when it comes to the world, when there's so much other things that's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mhm. I'm doing well, Bishop. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So yeah, that's why I said you have to expose your kids to different cultures and um, different types of settings in life. Because if not, they're just gonna think everything is just one way, and it's not that way. You know, you got to learn to be well versed, especially as an African American person. You need to know different things about different types of things. It could be religion, it could be society status. I mean, different things, and you know, you have to just be well versed in a lot of different things because you will, if you're ignorant of so much, people will be able to play you. People will be able to say something and you'll believe it. But if you read or if you research or if you are exposed to different things, you won't just believe what everybody else is saying. You will have knowledge for yourself and you will be able to articulate or combat certain things that maybe a person that was not exposed to other things, they would not be able to do that. They would just be only see it one way, or they will go by what another person said. So you have to not only teach your children, but be yourself that way. Learn that it's more to life than what you are seeing. You know. So I
Let me
just
say,
really think.
can I say something, Selena?
Uh huh.
I
Go
just
ahead.
want to say something real quick. When you was talking about the being able to like slap that in their face, it's like tennis. Like when
Yeah.
you get on the verbal side, oh, that's
Uh huh.
lovely. Once you learn how to
Yeah.
start playing that Serena tennis, but seriously, I'm being serious with y'all. Once you start
Uh huh.
playing that Serena tennis verbally, it's like, no, I understand what you're trying to do. It's not working.
Right.
It's not
Right.
working.
Right.
No, yeah. Yeah. Oh, stick to the script, man. Stick to the script. But anyway,
Yeah. Hey,
um,
Wayne. Yeah,
it's
Ryder, right? Oh, sorry, Bishop. I'm calling you Bishop. Mr. Oaks. Hold on, just
oh
a
my
second. Let
God.
me. I'm sorry, Mr. Oaks. You said
Uh-huh.
I thought you were in it. Yeah, I was about to end my live, but then, we started talking about something else. But I want to tell you, Ryder. I don't know if you heard it. You might want to go back, but I'll go ahead and say it now since you're in the chat. You know, you have don't get discouraged, and I know you probably not, but maybe sometimes you may feel a way. Don't get discouraged by the small numbers that come to your chat. But what I don't want to see you do is keep speaking on something that really you've already spoke on because it could put you in some other type of situations that you really not wanting to be in. And you're kind of like a content creator like me. You like to stick with things that, are more of the, world topics or the things you do in your community or the things you've learned in life or whatever. You have always been one of those people that, had content that was more than just, it wasn't gossip or anything. You had more of just life, what goes on in life and how as a woman I deal with this. So I just hope that you don't go too far into explaining yourself, because sometimes a lot of the stuff, because we're in the sector that we're in, it can create more problems for you. Okay? And hey, 309, and because I care enough about you and you've always been consistent, like I said this before, you haven't been like a lot of these funky ass, excuse me, these oof, Lord, I was trying not to say it, but slipping out again. You're consistent. You've always been consistent. And I think you mean well on a lot of things you do, but I want to, for your sake, and because I feel like I can see what you want to do with your channel. I don't know you very well, but I know enough about that you're consistent. And I believe that you're also, I really believe that you try to be genuine with your support. So I just don't want you to get caught up in a lot of unnecessary things because you keep explaining yourself. Okay. So, and I hope that I am not offending you, because some of these people, they get offended by the slightest little things, and I'm just like, listen, I try to be as respectful as I can to people, but some people are just too sensitive, and they are offended by every little thing. But I hope that you understand what I'm saying, writers.
I agree. No,
Okay.
I agree. You're not telling me nothing different than what we've talked about before. When it's. So I agree with you.
Yeah, like I said, there's always going to be some things, and people will bring up your name. You don't even have nothing to do with nothing. You just trying to survive through the chaos and just be cool. But after you
That's a
say
fact.
what you say, after you say what you say, let that be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Because
I'm not speaking on it
this,
no more. I said it earlier. I'm not speaking on this no more.
okay,
I'm just gonna put my little music out there. And like I told Mr. Oates the other day, I gotta get back to my little content shit. I'm just waiting on the Wellens nose, autopsy and stuff, so I could touch on it. So
yeah, and like I said, those who gonna support, they will support, and those who won't, they won't. But at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you brought to your platform. See,
oh, that's a fact.
sometimes we get discouraged, especially if you're a small content creator and you are trying to bring importance to certain things that maybe other people are not trying to, but they get the numbers and you don't. And that can sometimes be discouraging. But at the
Fine.
end of the day, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with what you brought to your platform. And that's what kind of encourages me. And that's why I appreciate the people that do come in and show me some love and some support, because those are my people. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Fact.
they're gonna be there when everything. They might go back and forth to another chat listening at the drama, but for the most part,
Yeah.
they're gonna be there. And so I
This
appreciate those
this don't
people.
bother me, Selena, because whatever was like. Listen, at the end of the day, people got their own opinions. People have been
Right.
building up illusions in their own head of a version of me that they think they want me to be. They don't even know me, so it's like that's why I said no. I just had to get something out real quick, and I had my little fun. I'm done.
Oh, okay, that's all I wanted to know, because I just said, "Oh Lord, my girl." I'm hearing my girl and some stuff. And I'm like, "Oh Lord." So, like I said, we can diffuse a thing or we can ignite it. So, that's it either go one way or the other. So, I was just hoping that you diffuse the situation rather than ignite it even more. And find yourself in some stuff you didn't plan on being in. So that's all I was saying. hmm But shout out to Riders and Mr. Oaks for coming up and showing me some love today. Thank you so much for all of those 100 Real Man Mob. And I think it was a couple of more people that showed me some love with the little jewels. I don't know what those jewels mean. Do they add up in money? I'm not sure, but they sent me some little the little charms and stuff like that. I appreciate that. And then Mob bought a membership. I appreciate that so much, guys. Like I said, y'all are my people, and I appreciate those that will come even when there's drama all around. Go ahead. What do you say,
Yeah, it's
Ryder?
gonna happen, Selena. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's always gonna happen. I appreciate you. My bad, my mic got disconnected. I was talking to you, and then everything went pew. But
Oh,
yeah, like
okay.
it's always gonna happen. Like at the end of the day, it is what it is. I only spoke up because I was really supporting this person. Other than that, like don't call me out because like I kept telling you, you know how I am. I'm gonna speak my mind and
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone. But I was gonna get it
Yeah.
all out. Like I wasn't gonna hold nothing back because then when you hold back, then when they try to poke you at you again, then you gotta say something else. No, I just let it all out this whole weekend. Like fuck it. I don't know how the fuck I got put in this shit, but fuck it. I ain't even searching for it, and I don't give a fuck. My bad.
hmm and that's okay.
So,
And
so yeah,
yeah,
you're
cause
right. Everything you said.
I almost slipped and said funky uh H. So I said, oh, that slipped out. But yes, okay. But like I said, I wanted to say, yeah, that's all I wanted to say on that situation. I don't have a problem with either party. So let's just
I know.
make that clear. But I just wanted to make sure you were good because you support me. You've always been consistent.
No,
And I
yeah.
wanted to make sure that you don't get yourself in some stuff, and just
I'm
like I
not.
said, like
Listen,
my little niece.
I
Uh
spoke
huh.
to him, Selena. I was like, listen, I gotta get some stuff out. Like, you gotta understand. I'm talking
Right.
about my fiance. Like, I gotta let this
Oh,
out.
okay.
Like, no, people not gonna sit here. I'm not going for the manipulations. I'm tired of repeating myself. Like, my
Right.
thing is that he knows me more than other people around him. So it's my thing is like, don't
Exactly.
don't do this. So that's why I said what I said. Like, if I don't do it, don't do it to me. So it's like
Yeah,
now
and
you
I'm
got every answer you wanted. Like when I spoke, you got everything you wanted. All you gotta do is look for it. Now leave me alone. That's it.
right, and I'm like that too. A lot of times I don't. I'll be if y'all notice. I don't know if you guys notice this, but I don't really be in chats like that no more. Every now and then I pop up with people's chat just to let them know, hey, hi, how you doing?
Yeah,
But I
I
really
do the
try my
same
best.
thing.
Yeah, now the only person I'm only in maybe and I would say two people or maybe two people's chat that's not or maybe in this sector, maybe one person's chat that is less drama. That's just one content creator. Other than that, I'll pop in and say hello because listen, don't call my name with no mess. You know
That
what I'm
was
talking
my
about?
point. Like, don't call me out.
Especially if
That's it.
especially if I'm cool, like I ain't got no issue with I know the people I got issues with. So if I ain't got no issue with you, please don't do that, cause we don't.
See,
I
that's the
don't.
thing. I don't
I
have
don't rock
issues
that
with
way.
nobody.
Hey,
I don't
pretty.
have issues with nobody, and I make sure that it stays like that. But if my presence in somebody else's chat bothers you, and you know how I feel about that shit, you know how I feel about being called and out. Like listen, I've never spoke on anything. I never got in this bullshit. Do I laugh when parties make both sides were making jokes? Yeah, but don't involve me in this shit. I'm just a subscriber right now. And I'm not going to keep coming up to give advice, to anybody that doesn't want to take my advice. I've done that enough, too much on this app.
Yeah,
And I
and
don't
you
think
really
I should
don't.
be doing that.
You really don't need to do that either because that's why a lot of times I don't get no advice. And then somebody will say, "Well, why you won't say no?" I ain't saying jack because it ain't got nothing to do
Facts.
with me. And that's the biggest way to get yourself in some drama you do not want is saying speaking on stuff you don't have no business speaking on. I don't speak on when they get into it with their family. That ain't my problem. I got my own family. And when people
Thank
go
you.
against another person online, that ain't my problem. I have them issues too, so it ain't got nothing to do with me. So I don't speak on stuff
Facts.
that really don't have anything to do with me. Now I will speak on world events and stuff like that, and I'll speak on me because I know me. So that's what I can speak on. But I ain't speaking on nobody else's situation because
Exactly.
that's how you get in some situations. And so that's why a lot of times I stick with what I know. That's what's safe. You can call this pseudo content or whatever. Was that Sizzle Pop tried to say? But I keep it on what I feel that I want to talk about. That's what's relevant in my life
Mhm.
or either relevant in what's going on around me. So,
Facts.
and that's what we need to do if that's the
Facts.
type of channel we have. Now, if it's a channel that's beef orientated and everything is about the beef, that's different. That's what it needs to be on then. But if it ain't, So that's
And
why I
that's
say
why
this is
I walked away. It's like it's too
right.
much going on. People wanted me to get in the middle. And I got tired of saying it. But since a lot of people on this side don't really know about my channel, I decided to get on the person that it seems to bother the person the most. Like, okay, you're watching me over here since the most I be on everybody's chat, but they don't peep it. You see where I'm coming from? I was like, that's why I said don't call me out because you don't want my real response. And I don't be on
Uh,
chats talking about this. I really said it earlier. I said I'm gonna let this go. I had my little fun. I turned something into a little joke, made a little couple shorts. But it's like enough is enough. I had to speak up because you're not gonna keep doing this shit. Somebody has to say it.
oh yeah, you gotta take up for yourself. You know what I'm saying? I would
Yeah.
never tell a person not to take up for themselves, honey, because I will take up for myself in a minute. But
You
at
just
the
gotta
end of the
nip it in
day,
the
I ain't
bud.
gonna keep
That's it.
doing it either. I'm gonna
If I
say what I
don't
need
nip
to
it,
say. Yeah.
if I don't nip it, people gonna think they could keep walking and saying what they want. No, I nipped it. This whole weekend was based on me nipping it.
Oh yeah, you nipped it, I guess. But like I said, I just didn't want you to keep nipping, and then finding yourself in part two and part three and part four.
Oh
So
no,
you
no,
have,
no, no.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't
So
do that. If I do that, then I'm in trouble over here.
oh yeah, because what you say, Big Daddy, he'll get on to you. You're not doing
Yeah.
what is right. Big Daddy at home.
Exactly. That's
So
why I said what I said. I ain't fucking it up. You heard me what I said. The first thing I said over here, yeah, I talked to him. He knows about the little shorts, everything, because it's like I had to prove a point. Don't check me. The only man that's allowed to check me if I fuck up is over here. And he don't even do
yes,
that.
indeed. Yeah, only person that can check you, they got that authority would be Big Daddy. Other than
Exactly.
that,
That was my whole point.
goodbye.
That's it. That's why I was like, let me have a little fun with it too, because I really don't want to go in. You
Oh
see where I'm
yeah, no,
coming
you don't
from?
have to do that. I think both parties are moving on. But like I said, from what I can see, but like I say, I try not to be around like that.
I
But
mean,
I
that's what
will
it
say
sounds
that,
like, but
yeah.
it's
So let's
you know,
hope. Look, we hope
everybody.
for the
So
best.
yeah, exactly. Like I
We
said
hope
earlier,
for
I
the
mean, this
best.
was really between them. Like I wasn't getting it shit, but I'm not gonna sit here and let you, say that and just get away with it. No, I'm gonna speak my mind and leave it alone. This time, yeah, I dragged it a little more because it came from somebody that was supposed to be supporting me. But then I realized a little while ago, like, damn, you ain't really been supporting me. But now they mad because they noticed that my presence is not there. You should have appreciated when it was there.
Well, the thing is, and I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a lot of different content creators. See, they want your support, but they don't support you like they
Thank
should. You know
you.
what I'm saying?
That's my
And that's
point.
my thing. And I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying what I have
Oh, I'm saying in
experienced.
general, not
Uh,
just him,
yeah,
in general.
yeah. Because I have been in situations where I have supported people, maybe super chat them and things of that nature. But I ain't got one super chat. They ain't even got a membership. But they want me to support them and be, do this
Yeah.
and be at their live and stuff like that. Okay, well, do the same for me. That's why a lot of times, if you ever see me backpedaling, hey KD, how are you? If you ever see me backpedaling, it's because I have figured out you're not reciprocating what I
Mhm.
give you. So
Thank you.
therefore, I'm not giving that to you anymore.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? And I believe in reciprocity. That's what I believe in. If nothing else, I believe in reciprocity. So that's why I try to come to like people like your chat, people that small content creators, because I understand it takes a lot just to
Yeah.
keep going, especially if you want to do something different and out of the norm. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And do something else. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. But yeah, keep doing what you're doing. Answer.
Yeah, she said
Uh,
answer. I like, damn, she switched my cables today. I
what
pulled
you
the
say?
answer too. I pulled the answer. I responded, right? I don't normally respond back, but this was a little different.
Anyway, but I'm
Shout out to
sorry, I'm
my
reading
little
something.
bro.
You said there is no black Messiah on this earth because Jesus Christ is white on the shroud of the turning.
Yeah, that's a fact. I
Uh,
love the word she used because a lot of people don't use it. Reciprocity. It's like that's what we need a lot more. But people, I mean, listen, I sometimes like I tell people, I think I put it in a poem. I don't know if you've heard it yet. Like there was a point in time where I lost faith in it.
mhm. I don't know what you got going on, sir. Um,
Who you talking to, Selena?
huge royal. Is somebody named Huge and Huge Royal Coin channel, and they're saying that there's no black Messiah on this earth
What?
because Jesus Christ is white. I don't know where these people come from, but I don't know what that has to do with what we're talking about. But
I don't know.
okay, that's your opinion, and yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on here. But anyway, I'm gonna move
Oh, yeah.
on from that.
Wait a
But
minute, wait a
anyway,
minute, wait a
yeah.
minute, wait a minute. Can I ask? Let me ask a question. Where is he? Are they in the vertical or the horizontal? Allow me to
I think I think it's in vertical. Yeah,
Oh
let's
yeah, you're
get her.
going. We get a lot of trolls on the vertical. That's why I don't. I don't
all
pay
right,
attention to them.
y'all
Selena
hold it
had a
down. Let
Brooklyn
me
live today about Nolan Wells and about speaking to your kids. I think that right
I
there is the most
know.
important message
Yeah,
out of the
yeah,
whole live.
yeah. Okay, y'all listen. Y'all hold it down over here in the front. Let me go see what's going on here.
I don't know what these folks
Okay.
be on. But anyway, yeah, I don't know what Mr. Oates is talking about either. But I will say I'm about to get off of here, and I hope that everybody has a great rest of the day. Um, and yeah, it is two chats or whatever. Yeah, which one y'all seeing?
She
I
on
think you're
vertical.
on. I'm on horizontal
Y'all
and vertical.
see DYNC. Everybody, a lot of people is on the horizontal. She's on the vertical.
Yeah, it's the person on the vertical. That's fine. Like I said, whatever. He has his opinion. Um,
Let me go to
anyway,
the chat,
I don't.
Selena. You had a great live. I appreciate that, and I appreciate the advice. Trust me, I'm taking it in because I know that that's not me at the end of the day. But it's in us. I keep trying to tell everybody it's in us. So
Oh yeah. Sometimes, like I said, you know me. I'll speak on something if I feel like speaking on the shoot. I ain't no punk either. But
as a
at the
kid,
end of the day, I'm not finna sit up here and keep going back and forth with people that I don't know and don't care nothing about. So if I say I don't care nothing about them, if I say I'm unbothered, then that's exactly what I need to be, unbothered and not care. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So I'm getting to that point too. It's like, okay, okay, you said this, all right, and whatever you say, it ain't gonna break or make me. Next. That's the kind of mindset that I have now. Before it would every little thing, do kind of irritate, and sometimes it will still irritate you every now and then because it's like move on. You know what I'm saying? Go on about your business, you cockroach. But
She said,
but at the end of yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, people are gonna be people. So whether they go on or not, you still gotta go on. You still gotta move
"There
forward.
you go,
You know what I'm
there
saying?
you go."
And also, I can only advise people because I've been on here for a while. But at the end of the day, I cannot tell you how to fight your fight. Like everybody does things differently. So sometimes I will say something, and then sometimes I'd be like, "Nah, I'm gonna mind my business on this one." And the only reason why I said something to you, because you're like we have like a little sisterhood on here. I actually see you like a a sisterhood on YouTube. You
It's
consistent.
mutual.
You're not
Facts.
yeah, you're not about the BS. You're not trying to do nothing crazy or
No,
deceitful. You're not the type of person from what I can see.
I ain't
And
even want to
but
do
I was
this, but it's like
yeah.
sometimes if you hold something in, and it's like I couldn't do it really on my channel. So you seen what I did on my channel. But it's like I
Mhm.
really wanted to let everything out. Like, all right, you got questions. I'm not going to your panel. That's why I did it kind of like that. I know it was a little crazy. It's not really me, but I had to find a way. So now they got their answers. I'm good. You see where I'm coming from? And I don't
Yeah.
shouldn't have to hear from this. But at the end of the day, like I wasn't hearing it. I had to hear this somewhere else. So as crazy as it sounds, I'm done. I've been said it. I said it earlier. Like everything's out there. I know the reality shit. I know how people feel. So it's like, all right, fuck it. I'm not going to change my mind or how I think and feel. I've been standing 10 toes down. I've been doing the same thing for the past couple years. Nothing's changed. So I'm not going to change
Yeah.
who I am because, somebody feels some type of way. And that's in general. I say it to everybody that, I'm not picking sides. I'm not, going to leave behind the people that have supported me for the ones that are just coming in and don't really know what's going on, or the ones that feel some type of way because somebody's
Oh.
narrative didn't fit theirs. I mean, somebody's opinion didn't fit their narrative. That's it. I was just
Right. Right.
a casualty of a crossfire. That's it. Point blank period. So I'm not mad. Like people could think I'm mad. I know they're gonna chop up certain things, but out of sight, out of mind, just like before.
Oh,
Okay,
So
well,
you're
gotcha.
correct on
I
everything you
feel
say, and
you,
I
too.
appreciate it because out of a lot of people that say they support me, you've been the first one to say, and I know you're not with that pick a side, so I hope, because I'm not in the beef
No,
either, but I had
I
to speak
don't.
my mind one way or another.
Nah, I be staying out the way
So it's
for
like,
a purpose. Number one, I don't have the time to be on here like that. Most of the time, like I said, especially when school start back, unless I take some more time off, I'm gonna be around kids. I'm gonna be around, other adults and
and
stuff like that. Working and stuff. But I really just, like I said, a lot of times I don't really be on here like that. But when I
you about
do
to be
see things,
MIA.
oh, thank you so much, Unbiased. I appreciate that, and my boy, my cowboy over here. Um, but I really be trying to stay out the way because that, to me, like I say, if it ain't got nothing to do with you, don't get in the way. Stay out the way
Thank you.
and go on about your business. That's all I'm saying. So that's why I say when I see certain things, and because I care enough about you to tell you the truth, uh, you ain't gonna hear me say no more anything about it. So whatever you do after this, whether you leave it alone, whether you keep
That,
talking about it, I ain't got nothing more to say. I
oh, I'm
said
not.
my piece. Oh no, I understand. No, I'm just saying people are grown at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? People are grown, so
That's a
we
fact,
have
but
to
I
let.
say it to you because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna touch on this subject no more. Like I just had to let it all out this weekend. That's it. Like this
Oh
one was a
yeah,
little
shut up.
different compared to everything else. This the only difference is this time I'm not crying. That's it.
Oh yes,
Because I know
indeed.
that's what they're gonna
Well,
hit me on. Oh, she's cried before, so it's like, all right, this time I'm not crying. All right, like
oh
this time I
yes.
know I see through the smoke. Last time I was played. They played the shit out of me. This time ain't nobody playing me.
Oh yeah,
That's it.
you're one of those. You one of those. You're just too nice sometimes. I think.
I'm the
I
only
think
one
you
that
just.
cried online because she was hurting somebody else's feelings. Like, what the fuck? Who does that, Rachel?
Yeah, you just. That's okay. That's who you're meant to be. But you, like I said, you do have to be careful about being too nice. Because being
Facts.
too nice can help you get really swallowed up by the wolves in sheep clothing. So you gotta not be too nice all the time and call it for what it is. And it's okay because even though some people deal with a lot of rejection and abandonment issues, and they feel like, oh, I don't want to do this to this person because I know how it feels. You better get some healing and start moonwalking because
Mhm.
some people will drag you down in their misery, and
Facts.
so you have to stop trying to be so nice all the time. You're gonna learn the hard way dealing with people. And I noticed this about you. You and you kind of like, and I'm kind of like that too. You don't really want a problem with nobody. I mean, if you can avoid having issues with people, you would. And that's kind of how I am. But to be honest with you, sometimes you don't have to, go looking for problems with people. Sometimes they just bring it to you because they are problem filled and they
Facts.
want to have a problem with you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about in particular. This is just
I'm just speaking
life
in
advice.
general.
Yeah, from what I've been through. You don't even have to go looking. People will come to you and make things a problem when it's not. You know what I'm saying? Or make things up in their head as if you are really the one that's doing something to them. So what you have to understand is it's okay to not explain yourself all the time. It's okay to walk away from people that you know is not no good for you. Some people are just not on your level, period. They're not on your level, and they're not a person to waste your time explaining to. You
Real
know
shit.
how many people I have explained myself to, and it was a waste of my time just for them to go back and say that, I meant to do this when I explained to them what I meant to do. This is what people do. They want those type of people want to make a
problem when it's not a problem. I've had that to happen to me too many times. I could explain. It was a situation where this I was trying to. It was a situation that happened. And I called this girl and I was telling her what happened on my end, why I did what I did. You know, this same stupid hoe took what I said and still felt the way about it. Now I can't help how she felt, but but the way she handled it was what pissed me off. Cause it's like, you stupid, Lord, you took what I said and you just throw it away. You just go, well, I'm gonna go by this, even though I said this and I explained to you why I did this and said this, and you still gonna go back and turn it to something else. So that means you wanted to make a problem when it wasn't a problem. That's what that means to me.
Shout
And
out to Russell
anybody,
Red.
oh, thank you, Russell. I didn't even see that.
That's why I
And
said it.
oh yeah, because I was just talking, I wasn't even paying attention. Thank you so much, Russell. Hey, Drake, how are you? Shout out to, and see, that's another thing. You know, they can talk about Russell all they want to, but listen here, Russell will bless people like me that ain't got all that drama going on and stuff like that, and he will come through and
Oh, yes,
throw
he will.
something at you. You know what I'm saying?
He
Like a
support it.
lot of
Yep.
times, yeah, a lot of times people say what they want to. They say, "Oh, he's tricking and stuff like that, or whatever." Call it what you may, but at the end of the day, guess what? He is one of my main. And thank you so much, 100 Real Man and Unbiased. Y'all are
Uh,
blessing to me as well.
can I
Um,
back you up on that, Selena?
go ahead.
You know what's crazy? He supports, right. He comes to my channel. He don't, he only plays like that with Selena, but he does the same thing on my channel. Supports like that, and he don't flirt with me. He keeps it on topic. That's what I'm saying. It's like they
Right.
look at Russell Red through a different lens. I don't see him through that lens. I don't see Selena through the lens that they see. All right. The
Mhm.
certain people I see them through different lenses. I can only see y'all through for the way that y'all. I don't know how to put this into words. I can only see what y'all show me, what y'all allow me to see, because I don't know
Right.
nobody from a can of paint, right or wrong.
Nobody. And don't nobody know you from a can of paint. Even when they think they know you, they don't know you from a can of paint because they don't know you. And I can't stand some of these people that have so much to say about other people's lifestyles and what they doing with their life and what type of person they really are. You don't know a person. You could talk to a person for a couple of months on the phone and you still won't know a person. So stop with the foolishness. And you can maybe observe a person's behavior, but then even then your mindset or the way you see that person may be distorted because it may be under the perception of jealousy. It may be under the perception of being judgmental and critical of a person, and that's the wrong distorted perception. So people really need to stop saying that kind of stuff. Okay, but I appreciate people like that because see, I don't have high traffic over here because I guess I'm not that entertaining to a lot of people as far as like a lot of whatever is going on here because you know I don't want to be involved in the foolishness. But
Mhm.
a lot of times people just you know they won't support you like they support others, and that's okay. That, but I guess what? I appreciate those who do. I focus on those who do rather
There you
those
go.
who do not. And that's why I can say thank you to all those people that come through and show me some love. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times I just be talking about what's going on in the news or what's going on in whatever in my. I ain't gonna say too much of my life, but I will give you examples of some of the things I have experienced to maybe go into maybe a story or a topic because I ain't crazy now. A lot of these folks ain't gonna know jack about what I got
Doing the
going
right
on.
thing
Crazy
though.
people,
You want to know why?
these people
Because
crazy.
it's like I
Yeah,
tell people, I don't regret telling some of my stories on here because I did it to bring awareness. But it's funny, right? And I say it's funny because I see it laughable how people think they could hurt me with something I've overcome. Once you
hmm
fought that demon and won, can't nobody hurt you. And that's what I've been trying to tell people. You can overcome so many things. Selena has said it over here with different types of stories. You see where I'm coming from? That's the crazy part. If they just pay attention, they so worried about our past, what we've done on YouTube or our past live, right? Even though it's still the same live, but like we've changed, we've grown, we've matured. So everything is going to change from the way we talk to the way we carry ourselves. People expect us to
Yeah.
still be the same person they first met. That's why I said get rid of that illusion of the person who you once think you know or knew of.
Okay. David, you said I subscribe to your channel. I subscribe to your channel. I've been listening to you, and you do a wonderful job. Keep being blessed. Thank you, David. Shout out to you. Okay. Oh, Dre, being nice today. You said you took my mod stick because you don't never come in here. That's why I took your mod stick, Dre. But it wasn't personal, but I need people sometimes when I do go live because I don't go live a lot, like I used to. But I sometimes need people that's here, so it wasn't anything personal on your end. There's some people I'm like, no, you just kind of, I don't know about you.
You said that
but
on
no.
the live one day. I was cracking though. I was like, she said, I want more people to be more, she said, I'm gonna take some mods.
Yeah, no, because I'm
way, not in a bad way.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be offensive.
Yeah, I was trying to, pass your message, and they was like the trolls was going in.
Yeah, and it really pissed me off because I didn't have anybody like really in here. They would probably be in here for a little bit and they would leave. So out of that, it would be like a pack of them, like a pack of these weirdos coming through. And so that's why I was just like, no, I need somebody that is at least going to be here for the most part that can be able to snipe these hoes in the chat. What else? Excuse me. Oh, Lord. Oh gosh, help me, Lord. But y'all know what I mean. Snipe these people. And so when I would, and so Dre, you would never really be here like that. And I know you have a work schedule is different in your gym and everything, but you don't really be in the chat like that. So it wasn't nothing personal. Oh hell, it wasn't nothing personal. Thank you so much. And now my phone about to die. So let me see.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to the chat because then I'm gonna stay stuck up here. Shout out to Selena.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Ozone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Derry. I appreciate it. Flow state. Okay. Shout out to you.
All right, Selena. Thank you for letting me up here. I'm gonna go to the chat. Okay.
Thank you. All right, and thank you, Dre. Oh, you said, I don't care about no milestone. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean no harm, but it was just kind of like, oh, you were joking. Okay. Yeah, because I didn't want to make anybody. I appreciate that, Derry. I think that was your first time ever giving something. I appreciate that, Derry. Me and Derry kind of had it out one day. He got mad because I mispronounced his name, but I guess he don't. I guess he don't forgave me. But he is very comical in the chat. That's for sure. Derry says all kinds of things, honey. It'd be funny. Thank you so much, Deborah. Shout out to you. Yeah, Derry boy, he be talking in the. I was like, look at Derry. Derry, I'm waiting on a song. So whenever you're ready, just come on up here so we can play your song. I think it would be very interesting. I put the link in the chat, Russell. Thank you, Mr. Oaks. Derry gonna show me some love today. What's up, Russell?
Hey, baby mama. You see how I got them niggas shooting money at you? Dropping that bag on that wagon. Yes, sir.
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Shooting baby mama some funds, man. Kids need some goddamn clothes, some shoes, and baby mama need her hair and nails done,
That part.
Hey,
Well, what's
hey.
been going on, homeboy? I ain't see. At first, I almost sent the police looking for you. I hadn't seen you in a week. You must have went on a vacation or something.
Nah, man, I had some business to handle. That's all. You know how that
Oh, okay.
goes. Yeah, I gotta handle some business. So we got a real life. We just ain't on YouTube.
That
You know.
part.
Yeah. So people don't understand that. So sometimes you gotta remove yourself. You doing all right? What's your topic? What you got going on? Baby mama, you got froze? Am I up here by myself? Anybody hear me in the chat? Type 1 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Yeah, baby mama got a call or something. Or you can hear me unbiased, appreciate it. Yeah, man. You got them niggas calling, checking on my baby mama wagon. Mm-hmm. Checking on all that wagon, boy. Hey man, I ain't no hater, man. Everybody know, man, Selena got that goddamn wagon. Them dudes ain't doing nothing but keeping it warm till daddy come home. That's all. Okay, what's up, Dre? Appreciate you, man, sending some baby clothes, man, for the internet babies. Appreciate it. Swole ass nerd, man. My nigga Cyber Dre. Respect to you, big dog. I'm gonna hold it down till baby mama come back. How everybody doing today, man? Boy, we had a hell of a day, didn't we? Hell of a day. Well, yeah, salute to y'all, man. Just got out work. My dog, man. Cyber Dre, yeah, man. Cyber Dre, boy, look here. You fight a different way, boy. I wish I was you. You can knock a whole internet service off. Take it, hey, you could delete everybody's a whole social media page. Mess around with Cyber Dre. Oh, she said her phone was dying? Well, shit, no, well, wait a minute. 'Cause if her phone was dead, I'd be gone too. Yeah, no comment. Yeah, man, don't tell nobody nothing. You a bad man, though, boy. Hey, I respect you. I ain't getting in your lane. Yeah, I don't even know what the topic was. I just came up here, I seen riders. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. You ever come to Texas, and if you ever drink a soda, if you into sodas, man, get y'all Big Red, man. Big Red the shit, boy. Yeah, serving the kids the foods. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, riders. Mama rider. What they eating? Some beanie weenies? Some pork and beans? No, I'm just messing with you, right? Yeah, man, hang around, Dre. What you been got going on, big dog? What's the next trip, man? I can see Dre. Dre, I know you be taking them exotic trips, man. You be in places, man, boys be wishing they can go. That's what you be doing, dog. Going to the 76ers? Hey, man, I kind of figured he was going to do something like that. I thought it was going to be Golden State. But that let you know he ain't through playing basketball. He going to play 2 more years. Watch what I tell you. Yeah. LeBron, I don't know, man. But comparing him to Jordan, that's over with. With the move he just did, that's over with. You made what? Corn beef. You know what? Hey, what happened?
Russell,
Your phone died. I was keeping them entertained until
you hear
you
me?
got back. Yeah, I'm here. You.
Yeah, no, I am dead. Like, dang, I was like, let me hurry up. Thank God I was almost I was at home. I said, let me hurry up and get in the house and get my computer up. My phone just, I don't know why I wasn't paying
Oh, so your phone did
attention.
die.
But yeah, buddy, I said I didn't know where you was at. I said my boy must he must be gone too.
No, I was handling some business.
I didn't know
Yeah,
what was going
yeah. You
on.
gotta, like you said, you gotta get away for a minute, and especially if you're doing something important, more important than what it is. So, hello. God damn, man, my phone tripping.
I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yeah, it keep going in and out. I don't know if it's me or you.
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on, but I will say I might have to end this live.
Nah, you
I
good
don't
now? A
know.
little bit. Sound like you good.
I was able to get back on here, but next time I just have to pay attention to how much battery I have on my, the amount. But anyway, Russell, yeah, I miss seeing you. I didn't see you, like I said, within a week, but I haven't been on here like that either. I didn't go live anytime last week, I don't think. No, I didn't go. Did I go live last week? I don't know. I can't really even remember. But it wasn't that much. I didn't go on. I didn't come up too much last week. Been extremely busy. And so but I'm glad that you back. But we all need a break and take care of stuff when we need to take care of it. That's for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hey, I got a big
Uh-huh.
surprise for you too, baby. I got a big surprise for you. And you know what? Let me shut up. But I'm just saying,
Oh, oh, it's for me?
yeah, I got a big surprise for you. I'll tell you later on. I'll tell you later on.
Oh man. I kind of wish I see on this phone when on my computer, you can sometimes talk to the person, um, like when they're on your panel after you end the live, you can still talk to the person
Yeah.
until you click out, but I can't, it won't do it on my phone.
Nah, don't worry
Oh,
about it. I catch up with you. Eventually, I catch you on one of these panels. But
it got something to do
uh,
with me?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I told you I was coming to get
Yeah,
you.
right. Now, look,
Hey,
I want your lady trying to come down here and fight because I fight back. So
hey, listen, man.
I don't want no problems. Okay.
Hey, listen. The wagon replacing any woman in this world. I promise you
What in the world?
that.
So you for real? You gonna come down to Dallas?
I don't know. I might.
Oh, oh,
I might.
awesome. All right,
Yeah,
but
I might.
that wasn't a surprise, was it?
Nah, nah.
Oh, okay. But it's gonna be good in my favor, right?
Always.
Oh,
Why would I?
okay.
Why would I? Why would I tell you about a surprise and it ain't good?
Honey,
I
it's a
don't.
lot of folks say they got
That.
surprises for you, but it ain't good,
Yeah, but you
especially
got
on
some more.
here.
Yeah, you got some more pervert niggas in this world, man. We ain't talking about like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah, man. Listen, man. My thing is, man. Listen, man, respect. I respect you, Selena. I love you, adore you. You're a beautiful woman.
oh,
I
you
wouldn't
say that.
mind.
Look, you say that to
Yeah,
all these old
I
funky
mean, like I
hoes.
say, I wouldn't
Go
mind.
ahead.
I wouldn't mind.
Uh,
Man. But like I said, I mean,
you better behave, Russell. But yeah, one thing I can say about you and Riders, now y'all have been consistent. I mean, and it's been a few more of you guys that have really been consistent people over here, and I really appreciate it because people don't have to support you. People do not have to, like you, and they don't have to push the like button. They don't have to do none of that. So I
mhm.
appreciate that for real. Like a lot of the times I've just had you and a few others, but it still was fun. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show you who are really true supporters and who just here. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that came through today, and especially you, Russell. Like I said, you've always been a supporter, even when people say, "Oh no, not Russell, I don't want him." But I'm like, now, Russell, me and him, like, well, we've been through the fire,
Yeah,
We
you better pull me up. Shit, you know where the money at. I'm trying to
yeah,
all that,
Red Bubble Russell.
all that motherfucking nigga. Don't be listening to these dumb ass niggas stopping your bag.
Oh no,
She.
it's all good. Like I say, I appreciate. Hey, Aunt, what's good? I appreciate anybody that comes and shows some love to me. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna
But
get off here. What you say? You gonna say something
no,
else?
I was just gonna say, it's just about the support, man. It's just a lot of y'all that y'all come up here, and y'all talk about different subjects and topics. I feel like this is like a job itself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stay up here 2-3 hours and give your perspective on anything. So I feel like anybody should be blessed about that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
ain't.
that's all.
Yeah, cause I'm definitely not gonna be talking about stuff that I don't need to touch because I don't want that smoke. You understand? Like I was telling Ryder, sometimes it's just best to just say what you need to say and chill. You know what I'm saying? Because everything comes out in the wash. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, and indifferent. And what is wrong or what is right, it all comes out. So all you have to do is just sit back and mind your business, and you'll end up better than that. 'Cause I know you ain't gonna mind your business. Russell gonna tell how he gonna see things. He gonna be on these panels. I'm like, oh, Russell, he gonna end up in some more drama. Just can't stop talking. Poor Russell. That's my boy. And I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was wondering, you had put the heart and some poop in here. I said, well, maybe he didn't mean to put that in there. But shout out to Aunt. Um, yeah, I'm glad you changed that because I didn't know what that was about. But you guys be blessed. I guess Russell had to go. He held it down as much as he could. Sorry for the technical difficulties that I had. Like I said, honey, I gotta keep my charger in my car. I don't know why I didn't put it in my car this morning, but anyway, I digress. Love y'all to Reese's Pieces. Thank you so much for the love, the little trinkets. I don't know what those coins and all that kind of stuff, the jewels. Thank you so much for those. Unbiased and my cowboy, Mr. 100 Real Man. We had my boy Dre, my boy Russell. Did I say unbiased? Came through. Derry came through, showed me some love. And I hope I spoke to everybody that came through. I don't know if I didn't charge it to my head and not my heart. I'll be trying, I'll be talking. Sometimes I don't even be paying attention to the chat. Then I look down and I spoke to you. I think I spoke to Wayne, my boy Wayne. DYNC is always great to see you. Mr. Oaks, you didn't ramble a lot. I appreciate you. You helped me to get through some of the things that I was trying to say. Okay, well, you guys be blessed. I'm gone. I done talked enough. Now this makes me tired. So I'll talk to you guys later. Love y'all to Reese's Pieces. Bye, pretty. Thank you so much. Bye.